This is Big Rapids Cardinal basketball on News Radio WBRN 1460 AM and 96.5 FM, a part of the Big Rapids Media Network and your home for Cardinal basketball.
Here comes a lob for Jenga, and he slams it down, flips it up, count the bump and the bucket. McLaughlin, corner three, nylon, floater for the tie, got it, we're going to overtime. Live from Cardinal Arena, it is Game 6 as Big Rapids hosts Cedar Springs tonight here this lovely Tuesday, December 17th evening. Hi, everybody. Brandon Worth and Blake Thomas with you. So excited that you have tuned in here for all of our pregame coverage. And this is a well-anticipated one, to say the least. And we'll get into our full Cardinal pregame show. We'll have the Timber Report for you, time and temperature, starting lineups, and stat report, all that coming up. But I think, Blake, the number one thing people need to know was these two teams that we're about to see on the floor after the JVs went to overtime last year.
We did.
And I think it's going to be as entertaining of a game potentially this year.
Absolutely. We caught Cedar at a good time last year. A very talented group, just figuring out a way to win. Very young, and they had been in a bunch of close games, and they had found ways to, as young teams do, lose those games. Played pretty tight down the stretch. Same thing against us. We were fortunate enough to make some free throws down the stretch and get some buckets down the stretch to steal a win away from a good Cedar Springs team in their home gym last year.
It's going to be an exciting one for sure. We'll step aside. We'll have our full Cardinal pregame show coming up right after this, right here on News Radio WBRN.
Rides to the doctor, rides to treatments, rides to PT. Mota offers rides to wellness. If you're in need of reliable transportation for your medical appointment, contact Mota as far as 6 months in advance. Mota proudly serves Mecosta and Osceola counties with travel limits as far as 100 miles outside the county area, as well as the greater Ann Arbor area. Rides to wellness pickups are available 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Visit MotaOnline.com or call 231-796-4896. That's 231-796-4896.
Michigan Primary Care Partners is thrilled to announce they are now open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for acute issues. Avoid a costly trip to the ER and see your primary care provider right here in Big Rapids. Additionally, the Michigan Primary Care Partners in-house pharmacy is open on Saturdays for all your medication needs. Michigan Primary Care Partners is here to help you get and stay healthy. Find Michigan Primary Care Partners in Big Rapids, Canadian Lakes, Reed City, and always online at MichiganPrimaryCarePartners.com.
You know those guys who clean up decks, docks, siding, and gunners?
You mean extremely clean?
Well, they do more. A lot more.
Like?
Extremely Clean cleans everything and anything, not just outside, but indoors too. They can professionally repair any surface and paint it, whether it's walls, ceilings, cabinets, and woodwork. Licensed and insured, over 17 years in business. Extremely Clean does it all, inside and out. And when they're done, it's on Facebook and extremelycleanmi.com. Call today.
Not everyone learns best in a traditional classroom. For 11 years, Big Rapids Virtual School has been the area's leading provider of online education. We offer flexible, personalized instruction for all students, from kindergarten through graduation. Students have access to instruction 24/7, as well as instructional support, in-home or in person, from our experienced staff. If you are a public school student or a homeschool family that is interested in our curriculum, resources, and supports, find us online for more information. brps.org. BRVS, anytime, any place, any way, any pace.
Welcome back here to Cardinal Arena. Brandon Worth, Blake Thomas with you here on our Cardinal basketball pregame show. Without further ado, let's get it underway. Big thanks goes out to our supporters, Big Rapids Public Schools, Big Rapids Virtual School, Jonathan's Automotive Repair, Michigan Primary Care Partners of Big Rapids and Canadian Lakes, Mota, the Mecosta Transit Authority, the Schuberg Insurance Agency, Extremely Clean, Power Washing and Painting, Quality Car and Truck Repair, New Horizon Landscaping, JD Fit, Menards, Cook's Tree Service, Post 90 and American Legion Baseball, Dazos Digital, and BigRapidsDailyNews.com. So, we'll get right into it. The time and temperature this evening here presented by our great friends at Mota. You know, folks, they're reliable when it comes to transportation. You can find out more at Mota online, as well as New Horizon Landscaping. In the winter, New Horizon clears snow for residential and commercial properties. In the spring and summer, they care for your landscape. Trust the area's reliable and premier landscapers to care for your property. This Michigan winter, trust New Horizons Landscape. Find them online today. It is 33 degrees outside, so you know what that means. It's always a great day to be indoors playing some basketball. Looks like we might have some more snow in the midweek on the way here on Wednesday, maybe to track, something to look forward to.
Yep.
But relatively compared to the last two nights we've been sitting in this table, Blake, it looks like it's going to be a smoother drive home than the last two tries.
Yes, and not freezing cold. When we left the game Friday night, 6 degrees. I was shivering the whole way home. So I'm happy we're in the lower 30s. I never thought I'd ever say that in my life, but here we are.
Here we are. It's just what Michiganders do. We just adapt, we grind through it, and make it work. We'll get to our timber report here, presented by Cook's Tree Service. Big Rapids Trust Cook's Tree Service for all tree removal needs. 796-2908 for more information on Cook's Tree Service. The timber is just how we left it 7 days ago, and I think especially for the Cardinals, last Tuesday, hard to get it going, really, in the early minutes of that one, and even through the first three quarters, even, if that. And we've seen a little bit of that carry over tonight, but I think Friday night especially, and we'll get to the stats from last game, too, for you on the Dazos Digital Stat Breakdown. But, Blake, you saw it. I think that the team just really got a slow started. Then it started clicking. They figured it out, and they were rolling from there.
Yeah. On the Tuesday game, it is a rough three quarters, and eventually we just had a more talented group. We wore them down a little bit and outscored them by 15 in the final frame. And then on Friday, got off to a quick start. I'm pretty sure Gabe Jenga had 14 of our first 18. We may have missed 5 or 6 field goal attempts in the first 12 minutes of the ball game, and effectively putting the game out of reach midway through the second quarter. But credit to the guys; they came out in that second half, kept their foot on the gas, never let Tri-County get any closer than maybe 20. So usually when you're the better team and you can get up early and then you can coast to a lead and do it as well as the Cardinals did on Friday, it's very, very promising, and you look to use that as a leap board for tonight's game.
Absolutely, and we'll get more into the breakdown of the Red Hawks here coming up as the JVs have just concluded, and it's 2-0 here on the night for the visitors, so we hope to see the varsity take the third one. We've seen some good basketball on the floor so far, and we hope to continue to do so here in the nightcap in the triple header this evening. Both teams are out in the tunnels, ready to get to the floor and ready to get this one on their way, and I think it definitely goes to show, Blake, we're seeing a lot of the classic styles and uniforms from both these teams.
Yes.
Obviously, we got the striped pants on one side, the classic trim from Cedar Springs. I mean, it's just like 70s ball all over again.
Yeah, I love it. You got the Hoosier-style pants for the Cardinals over here. Cedar Springs was just a fresh, crispy black uniform. Nothing too flashy, and sometimes simple is better.
Absolutely. I think my dad pointed out to me earlier when I've looked through his yearbooks, I think Cedar Springs might have copied the exact same shorts, and boy, they look as good as when they were in Reed City back in the early years. But without that, obviously we can keep on moving here. Dazos Digital Stat Breakdown. Target your potential customers with ads on streaming television, ads on YouTube, as well as on Spotify or Pandora. Dazos Digital can plan, produce, and execute the campaign tailored to help your business grow. And especially when it's now more than ever important to get yourself in the social media realm for your business. Contact at DazosDigital.com for more information. So obviously there was one number we threw out quite a bit on Friday night. I should say you and JT did, and that was number 24, Gabe Jenga. 30 points, 10 boards, just a little casual double-double action there from Gabe, and he pretty much shot the ball as good as you could ask for. 13 of 17, that's it. I mean, what happened with the 4? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that was incredible performance from him. Everybody got in the stat book. Probably the most important stat from that Friday night win.
Absolutely. Anytime you can get everybody in the book, everybody gets a bucket, whether it's a layup, free throw, three-pointer, it doesn't matter. You've got to feel good as a coaching staff, feel good as a team, to celebrate those successes with everybody. Everybody gets to experience some success, and that's something you definitely want to celebrate as a group. But anytime you shoot 13 of 17 from the floor, And for what it's worth, he was 1 for 4 from three-point land and 12 of 13 from inside the arc. Talk about efficiency. That's in the 90%. I'm not a math teacher. I teach social studies here, but I know that's pretty darn good. So an outstanding job by Gabe. Also got his teammates incorporated as well. Overall, a really, really nice performance by a really, really good player that capped off an even better team performance.
Absolutely, and especially looking at the season in a glance, I think it's a lot of things have gone right for Big Rapids. Overall shooting percentage, 43.6.
Take that.
Not too shabby whatsoever. 3-point down a little bit over the last couple games, and obviously we talked to Cole Heist a little bit, and he's one of the guy that you'll probably hear in the coach's corner that really wants to shoot the ball a little bit better. Yes. He's a better shooter overall than what we've seen so far on the year. I think right now coming into this matchup, Cole is shooting just a tick over 33%. He wants to get up more towards that 40 range. Yeah. As a team, 25%. Not bad. Could be better, but they haven't had to use it very much. So that's a positive part. Free throw line definitely has been the emphasis point. Getting to the line, getting aggressive. We saw that against Tri-County. Just need them to fall. Right now shooting at about 57% the Cardinals are on the season. Want to see that get a little bit better. Granted, they haven't been to the line as much as we've seen maybe a year ago.
Yeah, as a high school basketball coach for the last 15 years, I was always happy with 60%. And I know when you get into the higher levels, the collegiate levels, the pro levels, 70, 75% is kind of your goal. But that 60% for high school guys, you'll take that. And for what it's worth, the Cardinals, it has been an Achilles heel a little bit the last few years, shooting probably right around that 50-55% range. And I think our guys shoot the ball a little bit better than that. It is what it is. They're hard to practice, hard to get better at, believe it or not. The only way, I guess you could really, I've read that you can get better is maybe you go to the granny shot. But kids these days aren't going to do that, and I don't blame them. But you'll still take that 57%. At least they're getting to the line, making more than half of them. That's better than not, I guess.
Ring, ring. Rick Barry's calling, apparently, to go at the granny shot. I love to see the granny shot potentially here on the floor tonight. Maybe not going to see it. Maybe someday. Maybe this season we will. Still a lot of games to be played in. That's for sure for both these teams. Big Rapids comes in 5-0, 4-0 on this floor, 2-0 in conference play so far, averaging 59.8 offensive points per game, which has been pretty good mark overall. I think only trailing the 2 years ago team with the Dunn brothers right around that 63 range they averaged around the season. So very impressive. 43 given up defensively. The Cedar Springs Redhawks, they like to score it as well.
They do.
61 offensive points per game. One of the only teams, I believe, on our schedule so far that I've seen based on averages that's above 60 per game outside of, obviously St. Francis, Whitehall, just to name two. 47.4 given up, so Big Rapids has the edge defensively, but Cedar Springs has the edge offensively. The Redhawks come in 3-2. Most importantly, though, 2-0 away from their home gym. They're looking to make it 3 here tonight. Cardinals still undefeated here at home, so one team's going to have their streak come to an end.
Yes, and for what it's worth, Cedar has played a couple of really close games, played a good Wyoming team, beat them by 3 last Friday. Have played Jenison, played a fellow CSAA school in Kent City, beat them by, I believe, 35, 92 to 57. So they're battle-tested. They played some bigger schools. They played West Catholic, only lost by 10. They've either won their games or have been in tight ball games against high-level competition. And I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that this is going to be the best team that Big Rapids has seen so far in the early season.
I think you are onto something right there, Blake. This is a very well-anticipated matchup that we're going to see in front of us. Coach Ingalls and Coach Madgerly going to do battle here this evening here in Cardinal Arena. We'll step aside. We'll pay some bills. We'll be back with the rest of our Big Rapids Cardinal basketball pregame show live right here on News Radio WBRN.
Big Rapids Cardinal fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Schuberg Insurance Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit us at SchubergAgency.com. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. Schuberg Insurance Agency, community-driven, policyholder-focused, education-based. Let's go Cards.
Same make, same model, same diagnostic issues.
Why does my car always tell me there's something wrong? Even after I installed my extra D800 neural net processor, it still says my alternator is overheating.
But sometimes things aren't always what they seem.
Johnson's Automotive fixes electrical issues on any make and model.
With the help of Johnson's Automotive Napa-certified techs, the T800 is back on track to complete his mission.
This time, I'm back for good.
Johnson's Automotive. Schedule service online at johnsonsautobr.com.
American Legion Post 98 Baseball provides the area's best baseball players the opportunity to play on Michigan's most competitive diamonds. Post 98 has recruited the area's best players for 2025 summer competition. Elite players from Big Rapids, Newaygo, Everett, Reed City, Stanton, and more. Today, Post 98 is looking for local business partnerships to sponsor individual players for next summer's team. Get your business on your player's jersey as well as in these ads. Your sponsorship covers the cost of the player's uniform. Call 796-7000.
The Detroit Red Wings return to the ice this season on WBRN.
Now the Wings trying to bump it forward. Here's a breakaway for Christian Fisher. Moves in, he shoots, he scores!
Motown looks to motor to the postseason after coming up one game short last year.
Ida with a centering attempt. Kreider with a chance. Beautiful leg pad save right there by line.
Join Ken Cal and Paul Woods each and every game on 1460 AM and 96.5 FM. For the weekly Red Wings broadcast schedule, visit WBRN.com.
When quality counts, you can count on us.
At Quality Car and Truck Repair, your safety on the road is the priority. The maintenance and repairs we do are all to that goal. But other drivers are not always careful. So just a reminder, be safe and watch out for the other guy. 220th Avenue, off Perry, just west of 131, Big Rapids.
JD Fit in downtown Big Rapids works to meet all fitness goals, whether it's to lose weight, get more mobile, or become a bigger, faster, stronger athlete. JD Fit specializes in custom-built workout plans for you based on your goals. Get JD Fit. Get started with a free consultation. Visit getjdfit.com. Welcome back here inside Cardinal Arena. Brandon Worth, Blake Thomas with you. Good news if you're a Cardinals fan. It's been a while, but 43 is warming up tonight. Ty Gilchek might give her a go, and that's something especially looking in this matchup. Cedar Springs brings some size down low. That'll be something to watch out for. Lamont Belvin's played overall pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Overall this part of the season, so you got to be really pleased with what he's put down as far as minutes go, and especially Jerice Moten with his plus-minus, just some things to look forward to. And obviously we'll get to the coach's corner here in just a moment, but first especially big thanks goes out to some of our great supporters. Those include Big Rapids Public Schools. Stick around for after the game. We got our BRPS player of the game, so it'll be honored to Blake, who's made some good picks overall. Only heard maybe one different one, but you know what? It was the game earlier on where it was obviously Cole or Liam, both 17 points. It is what it is. We could have split it right down the middle if we had a saw to get that trophy down the middle. But overall, extensive educational, extracurricular opportunities, and they can do some great things. Visit brps.org for more information. So, with that, we're going to send it now to the Coach's Corner, where we will be met with Jason Kostecki, the assistant coach, on the matchup that we have here tonight between the Redhawks and, as well, the Big Rapids Cardinals. All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. First off, congrats on the win last Friday night. Heard some great things. Just talk about that bounce-back win. It felt like you guys got out to that a little bit, taking them maybe a quarter or so to get started, but it really felt like you guys were firing on all cylinders against Tri-County.
Yeah, the first half was a little bit slow go. They did some nice things, but third quarter is really where we kind of stepped up the tempo. We outscored them 21-8, and those 8 points came, later in the third quarter. So I told the guys after the game, I said, that's the best third quarter we've played all season long. Tri-County, I know, a little bit inferior to what we were doing, but good team basketball. They shared the ball. Gabe Jinga looked as good as he has all season long, playing above the rim. So I was really happy with how they responded at halftime, came out and put Tri-County away early in that third quarter.
Absolutely. And obviously Cedar Springs, a test team that we saw last year over there in Cedar Springs, gave both your JV team as well as the varsity team some fits. Just talk about what you see from that team on paper, and as it sounds like they're a better team than they were a year ago.
They really are. They have some nice pieces. We have watched some film. Obviously, they're a little bit similar to us as far as scheme wise. They're going to run a 2-2-1 press, look to trap us in the corners, and fall back to a man. So we've seen it before. We've practiced against it. So it's nothing that we haven't seen before. But they are physical. They do like to get out and run the floor. Aggressive defensively and on the glass. So we are going to have to be a little bit tougher today if we want to, really control the game. Otherwise, Cedar Springs might be able to dictate some of that. So we haven't prepared for it. So we've got to go out and execute now.
Absolutely. And based on what you guys have seen from Cedar Springs and obviously the overtime game and the varsity game last year, would you expect that they're going to probably throw maybe some, obviously you mentioned that zone, would you anticipate maybe them throwing out a little bit more of different offensive strategies to try to get the points up against a team that's scored a lot this year in Big Rapids?
Yeah, I could see teams want to slow it down a little bit against us because we have been trying to get up and down a little bit more. We've had some success. So the few games we've watched, they haven't changed much, though. The one thing that I did note, they do struggle against the zone. The two games I watched, they didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Obviously, that's, a small sample size. But, I think they're just going to do what they've been doing and just try to, muscle us a little bit more. So I do think they have some beef to us. We have definitely the size advantage in height, but there's some big boys over there on the film, and film's always deceiving, but we know they're going to be physical like they were last year and really test us that way.
For sure, and we'll get you to call your shot here. Obviously, a lot to choose from based off of last week. Everybody getting in the scoring column against Tri-County, just based on what you see from Cedar Springs. Who's a guy that you think might be having a great night here tonight against the Red Hawks?
I think Cole Heist is due. He was a little bit disappointed in himself on his performance on Friday. He has been in the gym most of the weekend trying to work on his shot and then perfect that, even though there wasn't anything wrong with it. But I see him coming out having a big game, not only scoring, but getting other people involved and leading the team both offensively and defensively tonight.
All right, there you go. Last question, Coach. Thanks for joining us here. What are going to be the keys in order to get a win here in a non-conference affair against Cedar Springs tonight?
We're going to have to be more aggressive defensively and really win the glass. We're going to have to get a body on people, limit their second chance opportunities because they do rebound the ball as well as anybody that I've seen. So we got to control that glass, get out and limit their opportunities for second chance opportunities off the glass. They have a big center that's a wide-bodied kid. So if we can control him, get out and run the floor, I think we'll be successful tonight.
All right, there you have it. Thank you so much, Coach, for joining us, and good luck here tonight.
Hey, thanks, Brandon. We'll see you later.
So there you have it. Thanks to Jason Kostecki for joining us on the Coach's Corner. And Blake, I'll tee it over to you. What are the biggest keys here in our last 60 seconds that really are going to be crucial for Big Rapids, as well as some things you might anticipate from Cedar Springs in this contest tonight?
So I have four quick ones. Is Ty Gilchek healthy enough to contribute tonight? It's tough to come off of a sprained ankle, especially only a week worth of recovery. Can they handle the press? I understand that it's a 2-2-1, but the film that I watch, it is very active. It does cause a lot of turnovers. Cedar Springs pushes the tempo. They're going to push it because of their press, which leads into we don't go very deep into our bench. They do. Are they going to wear us down? And I think you could see bench points being a huge contributor tonight. Whoever wins that battle may win the game.
Certainly feels like one of those kind of games. It's a Tuesday night, a non-conference affair, overtime a year ago, as Dan Campbell would put it. Going to be a grit fest out here on the floor in front of us. With that, we will take our final timeout. We'll bring it back with our JD Fit starting lineups and first quarter action between the Cardinals and Red Hawks right here on News Radio WBRN.
Rides to the doctor, rides to treatments, rides to PT. Mota offers rides to wellness. If you're in need of reliable transportation for your medical appointment, contact Mota as far as 6 months in advance. Mota proudly serves Mecosta and Osceola counties with travel limits as far as 100 miles outside the county area as well as the greater Ann Arbor area. Rides to wellness pickups are available 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Visit motaonline.com or call 231-796-4896. That's 231-796-4896.
You know those guys who clean up decks, docks, siding, and gunners?
You mean extremely clean?
Well, they do more. a lot more.
Like,
Extremely Clean cleans everything and anything, not just outside, but indoors too. They can professionally repair any surface and paint it, whether it's walls, ceilings, cabinets, and woodwork. Licensed and insured, over 17 years in business. Extremely Clean does it all, inside and out. And when they're done, it's on Facebook and extremelycleanmi.com. Call today.
Not everyone learns best in a traditional classroom. For 11 years, Big Rapids Virtual School has been the area's leading provider of online education. We offer flexible, personalized instruction for all students, from kindergarten through graduation. Students have access to instruction 24/7, as well as instructional support, in-home or in person, from our experienced staff. If you are a public school student or a homeschool family that is interested in our curriculum, resources, and supports, find us online for more information. brps.org. BRVS. Anytime, any place, any way, any pace.
A beautiful rendition of our nation's anthem. With that, our JD Fit starting lineups, courtesy of Dean Beist.
And now let's meet the starting lineups for today's game between the Cedar Springs Redhawks and your Big Rapids Cardinals. First, for the Redhawks, a senior, number 0, Connor Shotko. A sophomore, number 3, Seth Williams. A sophomore, number 4, Keenan Hollinger. A junior, number 5, Caden Dreyer. And a senior, number 20, Merrick Olenek. The Redhawks are coached by Jason Marley. And now for your Big Rapids Cardinals. A senior, number 2, Moten. A junior, number 3, Cole Heights. Junior number 4, Liam McLaughlin. A senior number 24, Gabe Jenga. A senior number 43, Ty Galchak. And a freshman, number 11, Drew Heist. Cardinals are coached by Kent Ingalls.
So there you have it, our JD Fit starting lineup. Shout out to John Durante and co. And hopefully it won't be the last time we mention his name. People know what category of play requires to get his name called. And it involves maybe not necessarily directly 24, but let's just say he's involved quite a bit when it has been listed. The area's best athletes trade at JD Fit in downtown Big Rapids. Contact John Durante for more information. We got 3 officials. We got a basketball. We have 5 each side and 2 rims at 10 feet. Tip off and we're underway here in Cardinal Arena. Big Rapids will control it first. They'll go on the right wing. Drew Heist and Cole Heist both on the floor. No Jerice Moten tonight. He is out of the starting lineup. We'll see if we see him later. He got banged up, so maybe not even an appearance tonight with a big game on Friday. Jenga down in the short corner, running out of room. Good defense here by the Redhawks. Seth Williams giving all he can handle. Kick-out pass. Drew Heist on the deck, floats it up. Got it! What a pretty bucket for Drew Heist. And Big Rapids is on the board first.
Yeah, Gabe attacks the paint, kick, 1 dribble and finish for Drew. A good start here.
Down low, Shotko, good contest there from Jenga. That's a big size advantage for Gabe down low. On the block, contested jumper is good. Right back goes Cedar Springs. Caden Dreyer is able to score it, and we are tied up at 2 apiece here in the early minute of this contest. Jenga trying to go downhill. Lost the basketball. Redhawks take it. Bounce pass up ahead. Here's Dreyer. Lays it up and scores. Early turnover from Jenga gives the Redhawks their first lead at 4-2. 6:50 to go in the first.
It's the same problem Gabe had early in the season, just over-penetrating, getting in a spot where he doesn't have an advantage. Lots of smaller guards digging at the ball there.
Nice drive from Cole, and he leaves it open off the left side of the glass. Had a great drive. Cedar will fire a transition 3. That draws nothing, and he'll hear about it from the Cardinal crazy across the way. That was a sophomore Williams that fired it from the right wing. Over now, here's Drew Heiss. A freshman handles it in front of the Red Hawk bench towards the free throw line. Here's McLaughlin. McLaughlin's had a great last 3 games for the Cardinals after a little bit of a slow start. He's got it back in his mitts, drives downhill, kick out for Gilchek, squares up. Ty's going to go to the rack, spinning in the paint. Another nice spin move, hook shot off the window, no good, just a titch too strong. Redhawks look to push. Man, open down the way. Oh, but he missed the layup. It was too open there for Williams, the sophomore, 0 for 2 to start this one.
There's that transition game, though, that Cedar wants to play. Another really good look at the rack.
McLaughlin will hand off here to Heist. 5:45 to go in the first. 4-2 in favor of the Redhawks. If you're just joining us, Jenga now on the right elbow. Nice kick out. Here's Heist now. Drives downhill. Got a step. Puts it up. Block. Got a piece of it that time. Dreyer and Hollinger were over on the other side. Cedar going to transition. Floater up. Oh, what a good bounce that time for Hollinger. And now it's a 4-point lead for Cedar Springs. Jenga going to try to dissect the pressure, and we heard it from Coach Kostecki. And Blake, you mentioned it earlier. We're going to see some full court pressure and some traps here from Cedar Springs defensively.
And right now it looks like their press is just a junk press, just to slow the game down defensively. They're not looking to trap right away, but it's going to come at some point.
Cardinals moving it across. Drew Heiss now will carry. We're going to try to go to the short corner. Spins, pass up top for Liam. Liam's got an open lane. Now he's going to try to spin, gets his way in. Floater, blocked again. Another swat from Cedar. Going the other way. Shot go at the left hand and scores. 8-2 early for the Redhawks as they're able to get the transition game going in the early minutes.
The Cardinals' offense has become very stagnant. Lots of one-on-one, trying to get the paint, my ball, my shot, and we're falling right into Cedar Springs' defensive plan.
Substitutions now coming in. It looks like Ian Stearns, the junior, will make his first appearance, as well as Evan Matson. And Cedar, as you mentioned, Blake, is going to go a lot to that bench early and often. It's not necessarily subs. It's almost line changes for the way they go through their subs on the bench.
Yep, just subbed out 3 players here. So 8 guys have already seen the floor for Cedar. Big Rapids is yet to sub.
4:26 to go in the first. Liam will drive, kicks out to Ty. Ty, nice kick pass. Liam's got an open 3. That one's short off the front iron. Rebound pulled down there by Connor Dines. Going to work his way forward now, half court, some pressure, and a foul is called right in front of us here by the near side sideline official. It's going to go on McLaughlin. That's going to be his first Cardinal foul in the opening minutes. Big shout-out goes to Menards, registered to win a brand-new Ford F-150 sponsored by Sylvania. See store for details. Save big money only at Menards. Hollinger holds it. Now we'll pass it off here on the wing. A little bit of a zone look. Nice pump fake. Throws up a shot. No good. Offensive rebound off of his own knee. No. They're going to say Big Rapids. Oh, it's the deflection last. Looked like Dines had trouble almost off his own knee.
Yep.
That's what Coach Ingalls is arguing. That's what it looked like from us. But those guys got a better look down there, so Cedar's going to hold the basketball. They're going to run a wraparound play here on the wing. Good job there by
Shooter
Heist.
back in the corner.
Here comes the shooter in the corner. Pass back outside to the wing. Cardinals still showing that zone look so far. It's given Cedar a little bit of trouble so far. The problem is they haven't got it set up because of the transition game. Now they get a look in the corner. Got it. Shotko drains it from downtown. It's 11-2 Cedar in the opening minutes.
That ball went from one side to the other into the middle, back out, and then swung around the horn for a wide open look. Just dissected the zone there.
Foul on the floor. Jenga tried to go downhill, and there was a man right in front of him. That was Hollinger. So it looks like the sophomore is going to pick up a foul, and it looks like Coach Ingalls would like to address his team as he's going to take one of his early timeouts. Right now, Cardinals trying to find some life here in the Battle of the Birds. 11-2 in favor of Cedar. We'll be right back after this break right here on News Radio WBRN.
Before the relatives arrive for the holidays, before year-end...
Geez, all the painting I didn't get to this summer.
Extremely Clean can do it.
Extremely Clean?
Yeah, Extremely Clean. They can do all the painting and repairs so your home looks its best on the inside for the holidays. Walls, ceilings, cabinets, and woodwork. Licensed and insured in over 17 years in business. Extremely Clean does it all, and when they're done, it's on Facebook and extremelycleanmi.com. Call today.
This is Junior Cole Heist, and you're listening to Big Rapids Cardinal Basketball on News Radio WBRN.
Thank you, Cole. Back we go. 11-2 our score. If you're just joining us, boy, we would like to see start to get some threes falling here against Cedar right now. Ball inbounded here. Cardinals trail by 9 here early on. Jenga in the short corner looking to go back towards the middle and the elbow. Backing his way in. Oh, left it too strong. Had a step there on Olniak. Not able to score it. Cedar the other way, and a layup is good. A tough look from Dines, but it falls anyway. Everything going the Red Hawks' way here in the first 5 minutes.
Currently, the Red Hawks are 6 of 8 from the floor.
Gilchek goes up strong, and he scores. Good to have 43 back on the floor. He's able to put it in off the glass. That's a tough bucket there from Gilchek. First point since quite a long time in this opening matchup here between the Red Hawks and Cardinals. Firing from the free throw line. Olniak's no good. Heist looking to push. Cole, that is. The junior will push downhill. Here comes Gabe now for a handoff. He's going to work now against the senior Olniak. Spinning his way and draws a foul. And I don't blame Olniak whatsoever. He knows that the foot speed is all advantage 24. He's trying whatever he can to stay in front of Gabe right now.
Yeah, and you'll take that from your big man there. That's a mismatch. It's best case scenario. Okay defense there. Again, I wouldn't want to guard Gabe either.
I only have nightmares trying to see how I defend 24. He's got it in the low post now, backing his way in, floats it up. Too strong again, not able to score it. Not getting a bounce. Here's Cedar the other way. Another transition layup. This time it is Williams, the sophomore, as he finds the book. Cedar's out and running.
Pretty easy to shoot 7 to 9 when all you're doing is shooting layups and wide open triples.
And a turnover the other way. Jenga tried to find Gilchek. Missed time jump. The Cardinals are just getting outrun at this point.
Yeah, Emily, you think about it, who are we missing the most right now is our defensive stopper. Jerice Moten not playing today. I think he's out sick. Makes it really tough when you don't have your best defender out on the floor.
Diving short corner, great pass, and in the friendly roll for Olniak. Gabe almost got a fingernail on it, but it didn't matter. Great dissection of the zone there by the Red Hawks. Here's Gilchek, downhill kick out. Jenga, 4-3. That one too strong. Battle up for the board, won by the Red Hawks. They're out and running again. Up ahead it goes. Downhill, left hand through the contact. Not able to score it. Gilchek trying to swat it out. Olniak finishes it up. Dines with the miss, but Olniak cleans the glass, and it's 19-4 in the first quarter. Cedar is out and running early here in Big Rapids. Kick out pass, McLaughlin, corner 3. That one is short. Battle for the board, tipped by Gabe into the hands of the Red Hawks. They're going to go out and run again, looking up the floor. Great pass, good hustle there by Gilchek. Back out to the left wing. Heist got a piece of it, driving downhill, out for the three-point. Now he's going to drive inside the paint. Floater from the key, no good. All right, there is Olniak, and he puts it in. Man, this is a red-hot start for Cedar Springs. 21-4 right now in the opening minutes. Only 45 seconds to go in the first.
Well, Cedar's doing all the little things. They're securing rebounds, they're running their lanes, and they're getting easy bucket after easy bucket.
Heist gets it down low to Gilchek, nowhere to go, and he tried to throw it off a man, and it goes right into the hands of the Red Hawks. Here we go again. Downhill, up for the tough finish, no good. Rebound, lost it right into the hands of Olniak, and he puts it in. Holy cow, every bounce is going Cedar's way right now. Over now is Jenga. Jenga looks downhill, trying to drive in, fade away, mid-range, no good. 10 seconds to go. Cedar might have one more look at it. They're going to get it up. Cross half court, looking for a quick three-point try. Great defense there. Liam's got to throw it up here before the time expires, and he does not get the layup in time. The buzzer hits before the ball goes through, and it's 23-4. Just like that. Not the start the Cardinals wanted here in the Battle of the Birds. We'll step aside. We'll pay some bills. We'll be back with more right after this right here on News Radio WBRN.
When quality counts, you can count on us.
The ASE Blue Seal of Excellence Award for auto repair is not easy to earn, and there's just one repair shop in the area that has received it. Quality Car and Truck Repair. Call or make your appointment online today, 220th Avenue, off Perry, just west of 131, Big Rapids.
The Detroit Red Wings return to the ice this season on WBRN.
Now the Wings trying to bump it forward. Here's a breakaway for Christian Fisher. Moves in, he shoots, he scores!
Motown looks to motor to the postseason after coming up one game short last year.
Ida with a centering attempt. Kreider with a chance. Beautiful leg pad save right there by line.
Join Ken Cal and Paul Woods each and every game on 1460 AM and 96.5 FM. For the weekly Red Wings broadcast schedule, visit WBRN.com.
Welcome back. We go from Cardinal Arena. Brandon Worth, Blake Thomas with you. 23-4 after the first. A lot of work to be done for the Cardinals. Lamont Belvin has checked in here for Ty Gielczek. It's obviously one of the injuries with Ty. You figured he's probably going to be maybe limited in minutes. But maybe just try to get something. Something at this point could be nice.
Yeah, you just got to tell the guys, there's no 19-point shot here. You got to chip away. Your goal is to be down by 10 or less at halftime, and then you can kind of go from there. But some changes are definitely needed to be made.
Long ball, no good there off the fingertips of the Red Hawks. Battle for the loose ball, won there by Cedar Springs. They get another possession off the Williams miss. Down low inside, stolen away. Great awareness there by Gabe Jinga. He's out and running ahead of the floor. Going to stop, pops a long three. Oh, it drops. Big time from downtown. There's Gabe Jinga. Man, that's a big-time shot. That's a Schuberg Insurance three-point shot, auto home in life. The best three-point game in the business. And right back come the Red Hawks. Doesn't even matter as Shotko able to get that one to drop off the front of the iron almost the same way Gabe's went in.
Cedar does a good job of breaking the press there and then creating a 3-on-2 and getting an easy layup.
Down low, Drew Heiss back over to Liam. Over now in the wing. Cole Heiss looking to dance around. Goes between his legs, nowhere to go. Liam now trying to find any space. Good defense from the Red Hawks. Bump off the top, no good there. Tried to put it high off the glass. Not going to get that one to drop. Cedar going to go out and run again. In the lane, kick out pass. Driving inside, Shotko. Good shot fake, and he scores. Game went all the way up 11 feet in the air, but it didn't matter. Shotko was still holding the basketball, and he puts it through the cylinder. 27-7, 6:32 to go in the second. Here comes a trap. Ice gets through it nicely. Drew, open three. Oh, bingo! There's a good hit from Drew Heiss. Back-to-back Schuberg three-point shots, and it comes now from the freshman. Now makes it within 17.
Drew Heiss, our leading scorer right now with 5.
Cedar looks for an answer inside. Finds a man short corner. Fires a shot. That one short off the Red Hawks. This should be Cardinal basketball, and it is. So they get a lucky bounce to go their way, and here come 3 more Red Hawks subs into the game, just like we saw earlier on in the first quarter.
Well, and I think that's the problem right now. The Red Hawks just look fresh the way they're running the floor. We got guys pretty gassed right now. And the game's up tempo. You're going to get tired. And again, I said, who's going to win the battle of the bench? Right now, it's all Red Hawks.
Liam will fire a 3. That one's long. Lamont battling for the basketball. He's got it now in his mitts on the baseline. Looks to find a man. Now might try to go up. Gets it over to Gabe. Good job there by Lamont to make something happen. Gabe will fire a 3. Buttery! Silky smooth jump shot from Gabe Jinga. Another triple, the third straight for the Cardinals. Now have it within 14 now. Cedar downhill, great pass, float off the window, too strong, battle for it, and it looks like it was off of the Red Hawks. Big Rapids steal one back, and Jinga's facial expressions, he might have touched the basketball, but he's just going to say hush, hush, and keep his team in possession.
Absolutely. Yep, if it's your ball, you're not going to say anything. Again, the Red Hawks getting in the paint, creating stuff. The Cardinals, chipping away. Cut a 19-point lead to 14 here.
Heist will carry it at the elbow, trying to spin his way inside. Now we'll float it up with a hook shot, and a beauty! Textbook old school basketball, just like the unis for Cole Heiss as he takes Dines to the post and scores on a post move. Now a little bit of a run here from the Cardinals. It was 23-4 at the end of a quarter. Cardinals already have been out to an 11-point advantage here in this quarter. And there's another miss from Cedar. Now here comes Drew Heist will carry. The freshman now across center court, diving down. Great pass over to Jinga. Jinga off the dribble, off the basketball. Cedar's got it out and running now, 3-on-2. Jinga hustling back. Now looks for a man. They find one short off the front iron. Offensive rebound. Lamont Belvin punches it up in the air. He's going to go up to grab it, and a foul is called back towards half court. That's a play I haven't seen in quite some time. We'll see where the foul call came into play here. So it's going to be on 23, looks like here on Cedar Springs.
No, they called that on Lamont there.
They will call it on Lamont. I was about to say Cedar does not have a 23, so they must have pointed the wrong way. So it is on Lamont Belvin. Superman punch to try to run that one down. A smart play, but
I think he may have lowered his shoulder and then ran into
right.
somebody. Love the hustle, though.
Absolutely love the hustle. That's what you get out of 23, right? You get the high motor, you get that ability to make something happen, and he scrapped for a couple offensive rebounds. It's given his team some shots. Yep. They're down 12 here, 4:20 to go in the first half. At the elbow, floating up top, Belvin battling and winning that time is Olniak. Got him on the front, and he's able to get the basketball and score it.
Simple high-low, perfect execution, get the lob pass for an easy layup.
Heist looking to try to go somewhere there near the elbow. Now hands off for Gabe. Gabe going to hold it now with the elbow, trying to spin his way, backs in. Nice move, floater up top. Got it to go. Friendly roll off the front iron again for Jenga. Cuts it back to 12. Cedar going to work in a hurry here. From the right wing back to the center. Caught here by Dines. Dines down low, left-hand layup. Good. Count the bump and the bucket. That's a tough layup there from Dines, and he's got a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, he's left-handed, got to his left hand, got Drew in a tough spot. Uses the shoulder to create contact. Easy finish with the left hand. And our first free throw of the night.
First free throw of the night. We talked about the Cardinals in the pregame wanting to improve their number. We'll see what Cedar Springs brings to the table. Opponents last year against Big Rapids didn't necessarily shoot the best either. 60%. That was the number that you mentioned, Blake, as a coach you'd like to see. As they're 1 for 1, courtesy of the glass. Hey, if it
must
works.
Be on the West Coast somewhere. The glass. There's a bank still open out there.
I guess so. It's getting late here, almost past 7:15. But hey, there's a bank open somewhere, and Cedar Springs found it. Big thanks to Post 98 Baseball. The area's best players play for Post 98. You can find out more by contacting Coach JT Scarpelli on how to sponsor a team. Heist downhill left hand, tough finish, not able to get it to go. Here come the Redhawks, out and running again. Stopping there over in the corner. There is Williams, and he double dribbled. Good job there by McLaughlin, at least to get back. And one of the phrases I hear at my daily noon ball sessions, make them think about something other than what they're doing.
Yes.
And that time he did, and just got a little discombobulated, and a simple turnover there for Cedar Springs.
Seth Williams, the guy who's hit 7 triples in a game this year, has made at least a couple triples in each game there. He wanted to shoot the ball, made him do something else, and it turns into a turnover.
Gabe's going to work on the baseline, draws a foul over near that right short corner spot, right down by the baseline. It's going to go on 0, Connor Shotko. So that'll be his first foul. That's the first, I believe, of the quarter for the Redhawks. They have been physical, but they have not fouled. You give them credit for what they've done on the board so far.
Yeah, they're just using their body. No hand checks, nothing like that.
Up and good is Gabe Jinga once again in that short post play. He's gotten to find that shot. 13-point disadvantage for the Cardinals. It's 32-19 if you're just joining us here. Craven defending in the corner against Williams. They get it back up. Shotko flails and gets the foul called there just outside the right block. He got downhill down the seam, drew contact on Jinga, and that's going to be his first foul. We'll wait to see if it was on the floor. I think they're going to say this one might be on the floor, so they're going to have to throw it in on the baseline. 2 subs coming in. Olniak and Passaretti will check in here for the Redhawks. Also, big thanks goes out to New Horizons. In the spring and summer, they care for your landscape, and as well in the winter, they clear snow for residential and commercial properties. Find out more with New Horizons Landscaping. Corner 3, wide open and scores. Huge hit there.
Seth Williams.
That guy you were just talking about. Don't want to leave him open, and that time the Cardinals did. 35-19 the score now. Jenga looking for an answer. Great spin down the lane. Crafty with the left hand. That's beautiful from Gabe Jenga. Great answer. Back to 14. Shotko looks for an answer. Great pump fake. Trying to find somebody. Does at the top of the key. It is Williams. Dives down low. Trying to find a man. Picked off. It got just, I believe, a piece of Gielczek's fingertips and goes into the hands of Jenga. He'll carry across. Just about 2 minutes to go here in the half. Jenga will settle things down. Looks to work. Oh, pull-up 3 off the back rim. Fight for it. Owen Craven wins the battle on the offensive glass. Good hustle there from 5 and White. Gielczek now holds it. He's looking for a man downhill. Nice backcourt cut. Cole Heist. Floater got it. just found enough of a window to flip it up and finds a cylinder. Open man the other way, and Cedar again with a transition bucket to answer. Olniak, the 5-man right down the floor, and he gets it again for an easy 2.
A la Tom Izzo's offense. 5-man gets the board, run the floor, find him wide open. The Cardinals are exhausted right now. Got a couple of guys who haven't come out yet this half.
McLaughlin fires a 3, draws nothing. Open the other way, shot go, lays it in. McLaughlin just didn't have any legs in the shot. You can tell what you just said, Blake, the overall tempo of this game. The Cardinals like to play fast. This is almost too fast for them right now. They just want to settle things down and get a good look. Here's Gilchek now working on the block. Nice back in. He's going to float it back out to Cole Heist. Heist now. Pump fakes on the shot, looking to drive down to the short corner. Looks, floats it up. Oh, it's good. Hey, it's still open, just on the other side of the rim. Bankboard. Here comes Cedar again. Shotko flips it up and in. Every bucket is answered by the team in black. 41-25, 45 seconds to go here in the half. High school carry.
The way that they're running the floor is what dreams are made of if you're a coach. This is the way the game's meant to be played.
Jenga floats it up and an answer. You can see all the fans get back. Arrows, point, get back. Last shot potentially here for Cedar Springs. 41-27, here our score. Final possession here of the first half. It's been a dominant performance in transition from Cedar Springs so far. McLaughlin defending up top. Shotko will pull it back out. 14 seconds and ticking here in the half. They'll give it up. Looking up, here's Hollinger. Back to Shotko, defended here by Jenga. 7 seconds, looking for a free throw line jumper. Looks down low. Olniak goes to work, flips it up, and scores on Gilchek. That will do it for the first half. And if you're Cedar Springs, all thumbs up so far. Cardinals got a lot of room to work, but not able to find the cylinder on a couple shots. And boy, Cedar Springs' transition game has been elite so far. I wish we tracked transition points. They're over 20, at least
easily,
right now.
Easily. They've got 2 guys who have taken a combined 11 shots and have not missed. One is Mr. Connor Shotko is 5 for 5. Marek Oleniak is 6 for 6. And those have all been layups in transition or layups out of a well-executed set like the one we saw right before halftime.
Good news, Cardinals did outscore the Redhawks in that quarter. Problem was, it was 23-19, and they were already trailing by a hefty margin of 19 early on. So, room to work, a lot of room to work. A lot of room to work. However, they get the break. They'll go back to the locker room. They'll draw things up and look for a response. We'll be back with our halftime report right after this, right here on the home of Cardinal basketball, WBRN.
Michigan Primary Care Partners is thrilled to announce they are now open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for acute issues. Avoid a costly trip to the ER and see your primary care provider right here in Big Rapids. Additionally, the Michigan Primary Care Partners in-house pharmacy is open on Saturdays for all your medication needs. Michigan Primary Care Partners is here to help you get and stay healthy. Find Michigan Primary Care Partners in Big Rapids, Canadian Lakes, Reed City, and always online at MichiganPrimaryCarePartners.com.
Big Rapids Cardinal fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Schuberg Insurance Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit us at SchubergAgency.com. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. Schuberg Insurance Agency, community-driven, policyholder-focused, education-based. Let's go Cards.
Have you ever wondered where to have your electric vehicle serviced or where to have your hybrid vehicle serviced? Johnson's Automotive. You'd think those vehicles would have to go to the dealership, but they don't. We service and repair hybrids and electric vehicles, serving you with honesty and integrity and, of course, technology at Johnson's Automotive. Call us 231-796-3700.
Get to the chopper.
When quality counts, you can count on us.
The ASE Blue Seal of Excellence Award for auto repair is not easy to earn, and there's just one repair shop in the area that has received it. Quality Car and Truck Repair. Call or make your appointment online today. 220th Avenue off Perry, just west of 131, Big Rapids.
Welcome into our Cardinal basketball halftime report here live in Cardinal Arena. Brandon Worth as well as Blake Thomas with you. Big thanks go out to Extremely Clean, our rebound sponsor. We haven't been able to mention them quite a bit in the overall first half because it's been so fast-paced in rebounds. Cedar Springs has got out transition game, over 20 points in transition. And really, when you look at the margin of 16 at the break, it's been really the difference so far.
Yeah, and there's some things the Cardinals are going to have to do adjustment-wise here. But for what it's worth, the word you used to describe the running game of Cedar as elite, it fits perfectly. They are securing a rebound, advancing the ball via the pass, which is always going to be the fastest way. The ball is always going to be faster. And then it's one pass up the floor, one pass looking at the block or the middle of the lane for a layup. And they have done that at least 10 times, probably closer to a dozen.
Yeah.
And they have been really, really good in what they do, and they are letting the game come to them when they get into the offensive flow. They aren't in the half court forcing things. They're making the right decisions, and they're getting good looks every single time.
We'll see what the response is. We'll look at some scores around the league here. The one I got pulled up, Central Montcalm 22-18 right now, leading over Chippewa Hills. That's an interesting matchup, teams that Cardinals have played so far. And we got a good one brewing into Morley-Stanwood right now. One possession game. Reed City leads 27-25 over Morley-Stanwood. And so it turns out we broke this down on an unreleased episode that we just recorded today of the Rundown, myself and Blake. You can find that right now based on where I'm guessing. Right now, we're going to keep the Thursday morning, same as football line going, so you can find that at BigRapidsDailyNews.com, as well as on the YouTube page of Big Rapids Daily News WBRN. The league, really, this year, right now, at this point, based on what we've seen, things are going to change in the next 2 months.
Absolutely.
But based on where we are right now, it looks to be that Grant and Big Rapids are the two horses out in front of the Derby. But right now, the middle of the pack, I mean, you're talking 3 through 9 as far as all the CSA teams jumbled together. I mean, we could see any combination based on it. And you just saw with those two scores of those 4 teams, those are teams that are on the opposite ends, really, of where their division is, but they're still playing competitively. That's probably what we're going to expect this year.
Yeah, I wonder if we could consider it. I'm a soccer guy as well, going to a relegation system. The top teams in the lower schools move up, the smaller schools, and the top 2 or the bottom 2 move down. Or you have some sort of playoff to, you win to, I don't think you can do that. It wouldn't be MHSA sanctioned. But
I'd like that,
though. It would be really interesting. It would give everybody something to play for. But yeah, you could see tonight where you've got a Central Montcalm team that's up on a Chip Hills team. That's a game that has been played a ton over the last 15 years or so. But that is always a game that has always been pretty competitive and can go either way. Same thing with Morley and Reed City. A couple years ago, Reed City was having a really good season, and Morley upset them at Morley. And then, you've got like a Tri-County and Lakeview play every year, and that one can go either way sometimes. So it's always fun to see competitive basketball. It's always fun to look at MHSA.com or open up the newspaper, those of you that still do that, the next morning, and see, oh, wow. This team beat that team, not something you expected. And that's why this game is great. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. And that's what makes, just like college football this year, the more parity, the better.
Yes.
It makes it so much better.
Absolutely. And we got to give a special shout-out as well to the Tri-County Vikings, as our main man is back in the studio tonight. Big shout-out to my partner in crime, Joe Nagy, a former Viking himself. His team only trails at the half to White Cloud at White Cloud by 5.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
That was a team that struggled in this building last week. The Vikings did. They're on their get back a little bit. White Cloud, a little bit down, lost a lot of talent from last year's team. They did so well. I mean, Coach Jones had that team firing on all cylinders. It's a very impressive season. Now we're seeing where their battle back is, and so far, Tri-County has hung with them so far. We'll also get the Newaygo Lakeview score up. If I was a betting man overall in Lakeview, I would say Newaygo's probably the favorite team and probably on top, but we'll double-check that here for you. But Blake, obviously, longtime coach, brilliant mind in basketball. That's why you're sitting in the chair to the left of me.
Appreciate it.
When it comes to how you, personally, how do you get back in this game with the way that Cedar has played so well in the transition game?
Well, first and foremost, you've got to prioritize you've got to get back defensively. Defensive transition has been lacking, and it could be as simple as a couple of things. You have whoever is first away from the bucket, you do not try to get an offensive rebound, you just get back. Secondly, one thing that Kent has always taught in some of his scramble principles where you press off of a miss is you jam the rebounder. So if they can get the guy secures the rebound, just jam him, make him have to take a dribble away or make a horizontal pass, not a pass up the floor. And that way it gives you more time to get back in transition. The tough part now is if this was a shot clock, if you had a shot clock in high school basketball, you could play a little bit of zone, you can mix defenses. Here, there is no shot clock. We've seen it before. Teams can hold the ball for forever. We saw it here last year with Muskegon and Cadillac. Muskegon held the ball for the last 3.5 minutes of the half against Cadillac. And just took the last shot, which is not fun for anybody to watch, in my personal opinion. So you've got to go out and get them. You can't hang back in the zone, unfortunately. So you've got to find a way to create turnovers. You got to find a way to get back defensively, but also you've got to find a way to score the ball too, and that comes with moving the ball. And when you watch offensively, right now it's a lot of we're going to stare at the ball handler. You don't see any back cuts. There's no off-ball screens. So getting some movement off the ball, even if it's just eye candy like motion and football, just so you can clear out some space and give your ball handler a little bit more room to work.
Absolutely. And you don't discredit, especially, they started out in that zone because, frankly, Cedar, you look at film, the numbers, they did not shoot well to start this season. Nope. They have had a good and above-average performance, and they're hot shooting the basketball, so you can understand that. So, obviously, changes are going to be made. We are just about ready to wrap this one up, get to the third quarter. Big thanks goes out to Moda, Rides to Wellness, providing reliable transportation for medical appointments as far as 100 miles outside the county area. Visit modaonline.net for more. Also got the score to report. It's 15-8 in Lakeview right now in favor of the Lions. So based on what we were projecting right now online, and we'll follow those games as we continue here in Cardinal Arena. Final 15 seconds. We'll step aside. Here's some words from JD Fit. We'll be right back with the second half right here on WBRN.
JD Fit in downtown Big Rapids works to meet all fitness goals, whether it's to lose weight, get more mobile, or become a bigger, faster, stronger athlete. JD Fit specializes in custom-built workout plans for you based on your goals. Get JD Fit. Get started with a free consultation. Visit getjdfit.com.
You're listening to News Radio WBRN. 1460 AM, 107.7 FM, and 96.5 FM. A part of the Big Rapids Media Network, and your home for Big Rapids Cardinal basketball.
Here we go. Third quarter about to get underway. Good news as well. When you look at the numbers where this team has played this year, the best differential has come in the third quarter, 17-11 on average. So this is the quarter to make a response. We'll see what the Cardinals have in store. Back to work, 43-27 in favor of Cedar Springs. Cole Heist carries it down low to start it off. Here's McLaughlin. Tries to go for a shot, and he's fouled. So looks like he's going to get 2 free throws upcoming. And Coach Marley on the other side saying, I don't know about that one. It looked really close from where we were looking. But it looks like they might actually be discussing if this is on the floor. I think in the shooting motion, they got to say he's going to the line. And it looks like he is. So they're going to make that. And so we're going to have 2 upcoming at the Post 98 Charity Stripe. Donate to the best area baseball team when it comes to Legion Post 98. Help out Coach Scarpelli and all the area's best players by donating as well as supporting and sponsoring athletes as well as the team and all together. 0 for 1 is McLaughlin. Misses the first of a second upcoming. McLaughlin overall this year at the line 1 for 5 after that miss. Looking to improve that number, and he does. 1 for 2 goes McLaughlin, 2 of 6 on the season. The Cardinals with their first score in the second half. Cedar goes right to work. They're going to go down low. Nice pass inside and a score.
So right there on that press, if you're not in the guy who was initiating the play's face, good take by Cole there.
Hey, good cleanup. Oh, missed it there. Gielchek. Heist had a good look. Gielchek had a nice cleanup, but missed it. Great pass down the lane. Olniak again, and fouled by Chinga. And that's almost the same play. That was a great find between those two on the previous play. Drew 2 defenders over the top, over the head pass, and just able to find his big man all alone. And you're right, with the press, the way that you have to rotate, if you do not get that backside defender, it's going to be wide open all day.
And you've got to press the guy. You actually have to come out and get the ball handler. If you don't, like that, no hand in his face, he's going to be able to see the whole floor and just throw it up over top of you.
Olniak will go for his second. try to get Cedar Springs to 47, and it's good. 47-28, 19-point lead for Cedar Springs here out of the half. Continuing to press, pass caught there by Gilchek. Got some numbers. Drew Heiss thought about the spot up. Now he's going to hold it in his hands, dribble downside, looking to go towards the right box. Nothing doing there. Cole Heiss on a jab step, working at the free throw line. Down low, finds Gilchek on the catch. Ty looking to go to work. Goes up strong, right hand. Good finish. Great touch from 43 and White as Gilchek finds the board. 17-point lead and a turnover. Cedar was looking for a pass down there along the baseline. Hollinger was trying to find a man, but it looked like he was already cutting through. And so just an unforced error. Haven't seen many of those from Cedar Springs.
Just a little miscommunication. The Cardinals still battling.
Over towards Drew Heiss. Spot up three. That one off the back. A bounce around. Good rebound there from McLaughlin, and he's going to the line. Extremely clean up the boards that time there from Liam McLaughlin. He's going to the line for two more. That's just a good hustle play by Liam down low.
Well, in the first half, Liam only took 3 shots. They were all triples, and he is more than capable of knocking those down, but way better at getting to the rack. Glad to see he's been aggressive here in the third quarter.
First one on the way, in and out, no good. Liam trying to find something at the line. 3 new bodies on here for Coach Marley and the Red Hawks. So we'll see a couple guys return. And especially, that's the part of the game they miss Jerice almost the most.
Yes.
Offensive rebounds, right? Getting all of those extra chance opportunities. I'm sure we'll see Lamont Belvin. He can add to that as well later the game goes on. Second one short there from McLaughlin. He goes 0 for at the line. Score remains 47-30 in favor of the Red Hawks. Great drive down the lane. Shotko looks to find a man. Fires. Olniak no good. Battles around. Tipped there by Heist in the hands of Jenga. Out and running in transition. Liam trying to spin. Gets down low to the baseline. Finds Ty. Around the horn. Cole Heiss. Spot up three. Butter! Silky smooth jump shot from Cole Heiss. It's a Schuberg 3-point shot. Cardinals back to 14. Shot go down the lane and a foul is called. Simply, nobody was on him. Ty had to come over, try to wall up, and he picks up the foul trying to block.
Same thing, transition defense. You've got 4 guys all on the same page. One who is not. Didn't pick up their man, and another easy opportunity for the Red Hawks.
So Shotko will go to the line. Big thanks to Dezos Digital. Get your business in front of potential customers and their TV as well. So you can place ads on Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, and even live sports. Visit DezosDigital.com for more information. First one is up and good there for the Red Hawks, as we've seen Shotko go to the line quite a bit. He's a good shooter, so you'd want him to have as many open looks as possible. He'll look for another freebie right here. Looking for 49 on the board, and got it. 49-33, 6:05 to go in the third. Cardinals with some room to work, but they got to get moving here soon to try to see if they can get themselves back in this game. Trouble for Jenga. Lost the basketball, and a timeout is called. That is just a great hustle play by Cedar Springs. That's a well-disciplined play that time. Jumping on the ball and calling a timeout so he doesn't have to try to worry about giving it back. And Gabe's a little frustrated, you can tell. Trying to make something happen right now with the way this game's going.
Yeah, it looks like his back was bugging him a little bit there. It looks like he flinched, grabbed his back, and then he just kind of lost control of the ball. But again, Mr. Shotko, Connor Shotko, diving on the floor, making those little winning plays. Cedar Springs has done so many of those little things you need to do to win tonight, and keeping it really simple. I mean, they are 2 passes and getting a layup most of these possessions here just by running the floor. And I'm sure Coach Marley has told them, if you want to score some buckets, run the floor and we'll find you. And he's gotten all 5 guys on the floor to buy into that mentality. And it's been really, really, really fun to watch them. And, the Cardinals are sticking around. 16, that's 5 trips down the floor. 5 triples is not uncommon for Ken Ingles' coach teams to hit, 5 triples on 5 possessions every once in a while. So got to get a stop here and see if he can continue some momentum.
Trapped near the sideline. Cedar Springs able to get out of it. Trying to get a shot. Great contest there by McLaughlin. Trapped in the corner. Tried to call a timeout. Not able to get it. Now they do. And so Cedar Springs will burn back-to-back timeout. That's a great response from that defense. With that, we'll step aside for this Moda timeout. Back after this right here on WBRN.
Rides to the doctor, rides to treatments, rides to PT. Mota offers rides to wellness. If you're in need of reliable transportation for your medical appointment, contact Mota as far as 6 months in advance. Mota proudly serves Mecosta and Osceola counties with travel limits as far as 100 miles outside the county area, as well as the greater Ann Arbor area. Rides to wellness pickups are available 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Visit motaonline.com or call 231-796-4896. That's 231-796-4896.
You're listening to WBRN 1460 AM and 96.5 FM.
Back we go here from Cardinal Arena. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. Cardinals trail by 16 here against the Redhawks, trying to get some defensive momentum so far. Cedar Springs ruled the first half, the transition game. Have found some success so far with the shot fake. Shot go does just that. Great pump fake, able to get a floater to go from the free throw line. 51-33 in favor of the Redhawks right now. The battle of the birds between these two teams went to OT a year ago. Right now, Cedar Springs looking for revenge. Up top, no good from Jenga. Belvin bats it in the air to try to keep the possession alive. Goes right to the Redhawks. Down the way towards the corner. Big pass from Matson finds Shotko. He's in the corner. Now gives it out. Connor Dines down low. Great pass. Olniak scores. Find the big man, and they've gotten every single window to get it to the big man under the bucket. It's been a recipe for success so far for the Redhawks. They now lead by 20, almost halfway through the third quarter. McLaughlin will hold. He's going to see if he can go to work here. Man-to-man defense here for the Redhawks. Drew Heist now on the left wing, trying to drive. Kick pass over to brother Cole. Cole will do the same now, trying to get to the block. Works to the post move. Drop step inside, try to lay it up, and drew the foul. Good job there by Heist, able to find a little daylight. Flips it up at the rim, and he's able to get two coming in here at the charity stripe.
Yeah, good job by Cole. Being aggressive, getting in a spot where he's got some advantage. And getting his getting his layup, or attempting to lay up there and get in the line.
So 53-33 is our score right now. Cole Heist at the line will look to try and get back into that deficit. First on the way up and good from the post 98 charity stripe. Three new bodies in for Cedar Springs. Ty Gilchek will give Gabe Jenga a breather. We are with 4:22 to go here in the third, almost to the fourth. 71% coming into this game. Cole Heist at the line, 5 of 7. Already 1 for 1, looks to add to it. Second one on the way. No good. Battle for the board. Belvin tried to get a deflection, but it went off his hand last. It will be Red Hawk basketball. So they get 1 out of 2. Brings it under 20 now to a 19-point deficit. Cardinals really just need some stops at this point. They're finding a little success offensively, but overall, Cedar Springs is doing whatever they want offensively. Shotko with it, trying to cross, nice spin move, floater, in and out, no good. That one went all the way in and then just popped right back out from a talented shooter in Shotko. McLaughlin looks downhill and throws it away. He was trying to find Heist, thought he was going to pop up. He actually went to the corner, just miscommunication and a simple turnover there for the Cardinals.
Yep, he's just out of control. And there's just some miscommunication there. Drew is sliding with the ball as Liam is driving, and Liam threw it behind him.
53-34. If you're just joining us here on WBRN, whether you're on the app or online with us streaming, as a foul is called underneath on that shot attempt, I believe, there by Ryan Larkin. The sophomore went up strong, and somebody got a piece of his hand on the way up, so that will bring up 2 here from the charity stripe for him. It's been a rough afternoon here for the Cardinal defense. They've been dissected, and it's certainly been apparent overall that just Redhawks have come in with that press. They've got at least enough of an ability to be able to disrupt the rhythm of the Cardinals as Jenga will check in. That overall, really, offensively transition, they've got everything to work, and offensively, they just haven't got any rhythm going.
No, the Cardinals have not. But credit Cedar Springs with what they've been able to do. They have been getting out on makes and misses, running the floor and getting easy buckets in transition. When you can do that a few times, it helps immensely. When you can do it over a dozen times, you're going to win every ball game you play.
Heist with a hesitation. Pretty lays it in. Great hesitation move as he got Ryan Larkin to bite. Shotko goes down the floor in transition. Redhawks look for him in the corner. He's got it defended by Jenga. Skip pass all the way across into the midst of Ian Stearns. Now into the corner. Redhawks looking for a possession, moving it around. Shot go. Looking across the dribble between his legs. Stops, trying to find somebody. Does at the top of the key, Mattson. Mattson up to the top here now for Stearns. Stearns dribbles down to the block, pass outside of the wing. Cedar trying to move it around. Shot fake for Shotko. Finds a man now over Stearns again. Back up for Shotko. Cedar Springs just working it around the horn. Downhill now, putting up off the window. Too strong, no good. Rebound by Belvin. Good defensive sequence there by the Cardinals. Now trying to capitalize off it. Heist downhill to the left hand. Skip pass outside. Gilcheck will fire. Oh, it's good. Bottom of the bucket for 43. Gilcheck. Timeout Cardinals. Just enough of a momentum spark. Great defensive possession, and they turn it into 3 points. That's what you need to do to try to pull back in this game.
Getting to their smallest deficit since the second quarter, only down 15. Really, really good to see Cole getting aggressive, getting in the paint, making things happen. That's what you need out of a guy who's been a point guard for you for 3 years.
We'll step aside. We'll pay some bills right back after this Moda timeout here on WBRN.
American Legion Post 98 Baseball provides the area's best baseball players the opportunity to play on Michigan's most competitive diamonds. Post 98 has recruited the area's best players for 2025 summer competition. Elite players from Big Rapids, Newaygo, Everett, Reed City, Stanton, and more. Today, Post 98 is looking for local business partnerships to sponsor individual players for next summer's team. Get your business on your player's jersey as well as in these ads. Your sponsorship covers the cost of the player's uniform. Call 796-7000.
Welcome back to Cardinal Arena. Do have a score update for you for our other Cardinal varsity team in action. 25-20 at the half. Cedar leads that game. They're at home as Coach Heist looking to try to get a girls' victory tonight as they have the duties on the road while the boys are here playing at home. Looking for a stop here. They're going to throw it back to a zone look here out of the timeout for Coach Ingles and company, trying to see if they can get Cedar off the dribble a little bit, firing an open shot. Wide open was Dreyer, missed it. Ball bounces around into the hands of the Redhawks again. It took about 4 bounces off of a couple deflections. They get it back. Downhill goes Hollinger towards the baseline, fires. Williams in and out, no good. Gilcheck cleans the boards. Extremely clean rebound there for Ty. Last game Ty played as well. 13 boards as a violation is called, and Lamont Belvin picked up his pivot foot trying to move down on the block. It was a good find to find him, but moved a little too quickly. Cardinal turnover again offensively.
Yep. Yeah, you can't do that. You get a good stop. Lamont does everything right, except he shuffles his feet once he gets the ball. Ran the floor well. Tough break.
1-3-1 look once again. Redhawks trying to get in towards the middle. They find the man on the backside. Missed the layup. Ball goes off a foot. Goes back to Cedar Springs. They're hustling around. Another look. Hollinger will fire. That one goes off the top. I think it even hit the pipe. So that one's going to go down as a Big Rapids Cardinal basketball via what would be technically, I don't know what the term is. It's just out of bounds.
It's out of bounds. Yep,
out of bounds. So there you go.
Shot that just went out of bounds. No rebound, nothing.
So there you go.
Yep.
90 seconds to go in the third. Cardinals looking to chip away. They trail 54-39. Down low. Pass picked off. Trying to find Heist. And a foul is called on Jenga as he tried to set up right on that baseline, or excuse me, the sideline, trying to get Cedar nowhere to go, and that's going to result in a blocking foul. So we'll have a sub coming in momentarily for Cedar Springs. Connor Dines will return. We'll see who he will relieve, and it looks like it's going to be Ian Stearns, the junior. Got to give Cedar Springs credit so far. 54 points on the board. They averaged 61 coming in, but this is a team that threw up 90 against Kent City to open the year. They can score it, and they've done so tonight. Looking down on the elbow. Good, really good job there by Belvin to contest. It looked like an open shot for Williams. Down low, finds a man, and it's Dines for a layup. Backside, able to sneak it in, fake a pass, make a pass. They do so perfectly. Jenga now looks for a man, finds Ty. Spot up, fires off the front iron. A good-looking shot just short there from Gilcheck. 56-39, final 60 seconds. Great pass down on the baseline. I believe that was off a Red Hawk. Yes, great hustle by Belvin. Got a piece of it. Cedar Springs not able to catch it. Goes off their hands. McLaughlin will return here for Drew Heist in the final 50 seconds of the third quarter. And right now you can just see it on the face of the Cardinals. They are just gassed right now against a transition team like Cedar Springs.
Yeah, Cedar, like I said, has run them a little ragged. Just the sheer speed that they play. Really fun to watch. Very difficult to handle, especially when you're tired.
Over for Gilcheck. He's got another three. Oh! goes Splashtown from downtown. Big time shot there from Gilchek as he's able to score that one. We had to add the sound effect. That was just pretty. 26 seconds to go. Within 14 again, the Cardinals trying to get a big stop here. Maybe even turn it into points. Last shot potentially here for Coach Marley and the Red Hawks. Floating over in front of the right wing, back to the left wing. Shot go up top. They'll give it up. Hollinger with 10 seconds over towards the corner. Quick pass out again.
Can't let the ball in the middle of the zone here.
5 seconds looking inside. Good hustle there by Belvin. Shotko will fire at the horn. No good. Off the back iron. That's a good stop from the Cardinal defense. 56-42. So they're able to outscore the Red Hawks in another quarter.
Yep.
But got to get a bigger margin here in the fourth quarter coming up.
Absolutely. Well, you think about in the first 5 games, 4 different times the Cardinals started off slow. Another slow start tonight, and it eventually caught up to them where they've got to dig themselves out of a 14-point hole with 8 minutes to play.
We'll see what the Cardinals have here in the fourth. 56-42 in favor of the Red Hawks. Back after this right here in News Radio WBRN.
Have you ever wondered where to have your electric vehicle serviced or where to have your hybrid vehicle serviced? Johnson's Automotive. You'd think those vehicles would have to go to the dealership, but they don't. We service and repair hybrids and electric vehicles, serving you with honesty and integrity and, of course, technology at Johnson's Automotive. Call us 231-796-3700.
Get to the chopper.
JD Fit in downtown Big Rapids works to meet all fitness goals, whether it's to lose weight, get more mobile, or become a bigger, faster, stronger athlete. JD Fit specializes in custom-built workout plans for you based on your goals. Get JD Fit. Get started with a free consultation. Visit getjdfit.com.
Back here in the fourth quarter, 8 minutes to settle the Battle of the Birds. Cedar Springs with the advantage, 14 points is the margin. We've seen crazier things happen for the Cardinals. They got to get some stops in bunches. They're going to try to pull themselves back in this game. Down in the wing, here's Dines, will hold, trying to find a man, does so. Wrap around to the block there, down low, Olniak gives it up. Dines again, looking to find a man, firing there is Williams, off the front iron, no good. Bounces around, and Jenga gets his mitts on it. It's a big rebound there from Gabe Jenga, adding to his totals once again. Been dominant this season on the glass as much as scoring. Here's Heiss, floats one up, no good. Belvin got a piece of it, battling for it, and he's going to earn his team a possession. High motor in 23 earns another possession. And I mentioned that number for Gabe Jenga. He's coming into this game leader in team rebounds with 46, and he's already added now over at least 4. So he's eclipsed the 50-point margin or 50 margin in 6 games. He's got it, floats it up. Oh, just missed it off the back heel. That's an easy look for Gabe.
Right
and
there,
he hits 9 out of 10.
Like to see him extend his arm, get his arm out there, kind of short-armed it, looking for contact, and it didn't go down.
Williams floater, short, no good. Gilchek pulls down the miss. Good to see him back on the floor and what he can provide. Here's Heist. We'll hand it to Gilchek. Thought about the 3. Now he's going to dive down low. Jenga with it. He's going to fire a 3. That one's short. Off the top of the backboard. Bounces back down. Still in play. Cedar Springs going to run. Here's Dines. Going to the left hand. Runs out of room. Finds a man up top. Williams across the way now. Hollinger with the hold. Looking to find a man, passer ready, trying to drive. Good defense there from Jenga. Downhill, Dines to the left hand, kick out pass. Open man now inside at the free throw line, kick back out. Good possession here by the Cardinals defensively. Cedar not able to get a shot so far, but not the worst thing if you're the Red Hawks.
Nope.
Time ticking off the clock.
They have zero issue with running time off the clock here. The clock is their friend. They're looking for a high percentage look here.
Passer ready, will throw this one. Almost off the hands of Hollinger, got it back. High man-to-man, aggressive man-to-man look here for the Cardinals. Up strong left hand, good contest. Battle for it out of bounds. The officials rule. Maybe. They're conversing, it looks like. It's going to stay with Cedar Springs. Looked like Heist was down there battling with a Red Hawk. You're just to the corner of our eyesight by that Red Hawk bench. So they're going to rule that's going to stay with Cedar Springs. 6:07 to go in the fourth quarter. 56-42. Here, if you're just joining us, in favor of the visitors. They get it in bounds here to Dreyer. Goes across the way now. Mattson will hold with his mitts. Defended by McLaughlin. Back up top. Cole Heist trying to make something for this defense against Hollinger. Down on the baseline, looks for a kick pass. They find Shotko. Shotko will carry it back up top. Cedar Springs content with just winding the clock. Cardinals need to make them do something. Downhill, open. Shotko not going to take it. Drives into the free throw line, spinning, pass back out, kick over pass. Open man, Hollinger got it for 3.
Fantastic possession there, using every second they possibly could. This is, again, why I say shot clock would be nice. But, again, patience made the Cardinals work defensively.
McLaughlin hits the side of the backboard. Sorry to cut you off, Blake, so it'll go the other way. But you're absolutely right. Not having a shot clock in this kind of a situation just makes the uphill climb even more steeper.
Yes, you have to find a way to force a bunch of turnovers, and very difficult to do, especially when you're as tired as the Cardinals are.
Shotko will go down towards the wing. Big shout out to the Rundown. You can find all the CSA boys basketball coverage on YouTube at Big Rapids Daily News and WBRN. Weekly Sports Fix, myself, JT Scarpelli, and all of our great guests, coaches, and players. You can subscribe and visit BigRapidsDailyNews.com for more information. Also, big shout out to the School Closing Guarantee with WBRN. Down on the short block, going up strong, Olniak, and scores. Not a bad contest from Gilchek, but it didn't matter. The lead is now 19 for Cedar Springs. Jenga over on the wing. He's going to carry, now looking to go somewhere towards the mid-range. Gives it to Ty. Fires a 3. In and out. It was a pretty-looking shot there from Gilchek. You wouldn't mind that look from 43.
No.
Not a bad shooter for a big man, especially. He's 2 of 8 entering, but he's made a couple big shots, especially.
2 for 4 tonight.
Right, and he's the hot hand at this point with all the other percentages on the floor right now. He's defending over on the near side wing. Down low, good pass. Olniak fires. Oh, just missed that one. Draws nothing. Rare miss from Olniak. Cole Heist now to the left hand, working down towards the block. Going to put this one up. In and out, no good. Cole Heist just can't buy a bucket right now. That one goes in and out. 4 minutes to go. Long pass across the way. Pass is picked off. Trying to find Olniak. Gilchek intercepted. Another steal there for Gilchek. That's his 5th at least on the season, if not his 6th. He's going to drive now inside the paint. Nice find. Belvin looks, pump fakes, puts it up, and draws a foul. Not able to get the score, but he'll get 2 chances here at the Post 98 charity stripe. We'll see the official foul called. That's going to be on 5 there for the Redhawks. And so that will be another foul for Dreyer, his first. Got 4 points in the ballgame, but really the number that's killed you for Cedar Springs, although their guards have played really well. Olniak's got 22 right now in this game. He's been pretty much as good as it could get for Cedar Springs.
Yeah, 22 with only 1 missed shot. So
wow.
Yep.
Which came 5 seconds ago in the last possession. That's wild.
He is doing just about everything you ask your big to do. Eating up the paint, being physical, finishing around the rim. A great performance by him tonight. And they've found it. They've called his number several times. They've ran some stuff for him, and he's executed perfectly.
Belvin misses his first. He'll get the second opportunity. That one off the back heel, no good. Fighting for the board. One there by Cedar Springs. Coming up empty at the stripe once again. The Cardinals just trying to find something, a glimmer of hope here in the final 3:40. Here's Shotko now on the right wing. Up top, looking to work. Here's Hollinger. Defended there by Drew Heist on the top. Belvin working hard over there. You can just see him gassed right now, trying to do anything to scrap anything defensively. Cedar Springs dribbling around the horn. Pass over now on the wing. Williams back up top. Shotko holds. Hands off here to Hollinger. Sophomore will go right to left over towards the wing. Back up top. Shotko holds. Couple subs coming in at the next stoppage. Matson holds over for Shotko. And a whistle for a foul. And a foul is called for a block on Cedar Springs.
Yep, an illegal screen.
So it looks like Hollinger, he set a screen, but he must not have been set, is probably what the officials over there called it for. And with that, reinforcements will come in here for Coach Ingalls and company. And unfortunately, that's probably going to be the white flag in this case here. We'll see King McKinney check in. Isaac Wilhelm, Ashton Folkema, Owen Craven will join Cole Heist on the floor here for the Cardinals. And we'll also see Kobe Griffin check in here at the next stoppage, likely for Cole. Here's McKinney on the top, over for Folkema. Folkema jab steps, looks to go to work. Scored his first point of the season in the last matchup against Tri-County. Down low, Heist. Oh, made a man fall. Oh, and he scores it. A highlight there from Cole Heist, the ankle breaker. able to get one shot to go. Big relief there from 3. Just not able to find the cylinder enough tonight.
Yeah, he's done a great job getting in the rack, getting into his spots tonight. Just have had a couple hit every inch and not go down. But I love how aggressive Cole has been tonight. For the team to be successful, he's got to be aggressive like this every night he plays.
61-44, although a nice highlight. Cardinals have been missing a couple of those here in this matchup. They still trail here in the final 2 minutes. Stick around. We'll have the Big Rapids post-game show here live from Cardinal Arena. We'll also give out our public schools player of the game by Coach Blake, and we'll see who he has picked in mind here upcoming after the final 2 minutes. Into the midst of Matson. Now Shotko will pump fake against McKinney. Will hand off. Cedar Springs just content to continue to move the ball around with no shot clock. Over to Shotko on the left wing. Looks for a passing man. Finds one across the way in the other wing. Now here's going to be Hollinger. Going to hold it now on the right side. He's going to dribble back in. Nice pass for Shotko. Good contest there. Craven just cut off the angle. Not able to get the shot. Still in the hands of Cedar Springs. Minute 40 and ticking. Great time wasting here for Cedar Springs.
Yep, they are completely fine with not having to shoot the ball at all. They actually look like they are in some sort of stall here.
Looks like we have a foul on the floor. I think this is going to be on Craven, who ran right into Evan Matson, the senior. And with that, that's going to bring on Kobe Griffin. So Cole Heist will make his way off for the final time here in this matchup. Played a very solid game, not able to get some of the shots to fall. So we'll see all of the reserves coming in here for the Cardinals. Hopefully to shed some light and try to get some positives here after the conclusion of this one. One last sub coming in for Cedar Springs. Connor Dines will return. That will send off Merrick Olniak. What a game he's played. Monster numbers, 22 points. Don't even want to count the rebounds at this point.
I'm sure he's at a double-double. They played his role perfectly. Didn't try to do too much.
Wow, that's a tough bucket. Hollinger with Craven draped all over him is able to score. Trying to find Wilhelm. Trying to find a man as Wilhelm was covered. And that's going to be a turnover there for Owen Craven. So 63-44 in the final 74 seconds. This one will be wrapped up. Going to be probably a win for Cedar Springs unless a miracle happens, which obviously going to take a couple shots to fall, which will take a lot more than just a couple, unfortunately, for Cardinal fans. Around they go again. Cedar Springs going to just continue to stall this one out. Pacioretty holds up top. Good defense by McKinney. Over here, Dines defended by Wilhelm. Trying to find a man. Good defense here from Wilhelm. Staying in front. Dines trying to go downhill to the left hand. Swatted away. Oh, but a foul is called. It looked like Griffin got a good hand on the basketball, but they're going to whistle him there on the follow-through. And so that'll bring up 2 shots upcoming here for Connor Dines, the first on Wilhelm. Big thanks go out to all of our great supporters, including Cook's Tree Service, New Horizon Landscaping, Menards, American Legion Post 98 Baseball, Dazos Digital, and Big Rapids Daily News. You can log on after the conclusion of this one, either tonight, tomorrow morning, and get the recap of this game. So Wilhelm, unfortunately, will check off here. Unfortunate there for Isaac, especially a good defensive possession, but he's going to see his night come to an end. Xavier Mishler will make his way on here for the final 47 seconds. Connor Dines, second on the way after missing the first, is good. That'll get the score to 64-44 in favor of the Redhawks. Craven will carry. Final 45 seconds here. The southpaw will look to go to work, trying to drive. Bats over. Wild pass over in the corner for Mishler. Not able to find him. And another turnover for Craven. 39 seconds to go here. We'll see if Cedar Springs will elect to even shoot this last possession. They can carry it all the way with the way that stalling offenses work. Cardinals will apply some pressure, at least make life a little bit more miserable. Hollinger will hold against Craven. Trying to carry it across here, across half court before the 8 seconds, and does. Looks for a handoff, finds a man. Matson will hold on the right wing. He's going to go downhill, maybe try to shoot. Oh, a Euro step. Thought he was fouled. Not able to get that one to drop. They get the offensive rebound. Now they're going to go spread out, 5 out again across the perimeter. They'll move it around again. Final 15 seconds. Dines will hold. Looks to try to go somewhere. Does give it off. Passer ready. Thought about shooting it. Now he's going to carry over into the corner. Final 5 seconds, hands it off to Hollinger. He'll look up at the clock, and that's going to just about do it here for the Battle of the Birds tonight in Big Rapids. It's a win for Cedar Springs. They move to 4-2 on the season as the Cardinals suffer their first blemish on so far a perfect season as they fall to 5-1 here in this contest tonight. Hard-fought battle by both teams. Overall, Big Rapids really did battle well in the second, third, and fourth quarters.
Yes.
Just the first quarter deficit, too much to
down
handle.
19 at the end of one, and you lose by 20. So evenly matched, 2 through 4. Again, eventually you start off a game poorly 5 times. It's going to bite you at least once, and tonight it did.
So that's going to send us to our final stoppage. We'll get you the Big Rapids Cardinal postgame show coming up right after this on News Radio WBRN.
Same make, same model, same diagnostic issues.
Why does my car always tell me there's something wrong? Even after I installed my extra D800 neural net processor, it still says my alternator is overheating.
But sometimes things aren't always what they seem.
Johnson's Automotive fixes electrical issues on any make and model.
With the help of Johnson's Automotive NAPA-certified techs, the T800 is back on track to complete his mission.
This time, I'm back for good.
Johnson's Automotive. Schedule service online at johnsonsautobr.com.
When quality counts, you can count on us.
The ASE Blue Seal of Excellence Award for auto repair is not easy to earn, and there's just one repair shop in the area that has received it. Quality Car and Truck Repair. Call or make your appointment online today, 220th Avenue, off Perry, just west of 131, Big Rapids.
American Legion Post 98 Baseball provides the area's best baseball players the opportunity to play on Michigan's most competitive diamonds. Post 98 has recruited the area's best players for 2025 summer competition. Elite players from Big Rapids, Newaygo, Everett, Reed City, Stanton, and more. Today, Post 98 is looking for local business partnerships to sponsor individual players for next summer's team. Get your business on your player's jersey as well as in these ads. Your sponsorship covers the cost of the player's uniform. Call 796-7000.
Not everyone learns best in a traditional classroom. For 11 years, Big Rapids Virtual School has been the area's leading provider of online education. We offer flexible, personalized instruction for all students, from kindergarten through graduation. Students have access to instruction 24/7, as well as instructional support, in-home or in person, from our experienced staff. If you are a public school student or a homeschool family that is interested in our curriculum, resources, and supports, find us online for more information. brps.org. BRVS. Anytime, any place, any way, any pace.
Michigan Primary Care Partners is thrilled to announce they are now open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for acute issues. Avoid a costly trip to the ER and see your primary care provider right here in Big Rapids. Additionally, the Michigan Primary Care Partners in-house pharmacy is open on Saturdays for all your medication needs. Michigan Primary Care Partners is here to help you get and stay healthy. Find Michigan Primary Care Partners in Big Rapids, Canadian Lakes, Reed City, and always online at MichiganPrimaryCarePartners.com.
You know those guys who clean up decks, docks, siding, and gunners?
You mean extremely clean?
Well, they do more. A lot more.
Like?
Extremely Clean cleans everything and anything, not just outside, but indoors too. They can professionally repair any surface and paint it, whether it's walls, ceilings, cabinets, and woodwork. Licensed and insured, over 17 years in business. Extremely Clean does it all, inside and out. And when they're done, it's on Facebook and extremelycleanmi.com. Call today.
Rides to the doctor, rides to treatments, rides to PT. Mota offers rides to wellness. If you're in need of reliable transportation for your medical appointment, contact Mota as far as 6 months in advance. Mota proudly serves Mecosta and Osceola counties with travel limits as far as 100 miles outside the county area, as well as the greater Ann Arbor area. Rides to wellness pickups are available 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Visit motaonline.com or call 231-796-4896. That's 231-796-4896.
Big Rapids Cardinal fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Schuberg Insurance Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Visit us at SchubergAgency.com. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. Schuberg Insurance Agency, community driven, policyholder focused, education based. Let's go Cards.
You're listening to WBRN 1460 AM and 96.5 FM.
Welcome back here inside Cardinal Arena. Brandon Worth, Blake Thomas with you to wrap this one up, put a bow on it here this holiday season. Fortunate fall for the Cardinals tonight as they fall to Cedar Springs for their first loss of the season, 64-44, the final score here in Big Rapids. And in short recap, transition game in that early first quarter for Cedar Springs just got them out to a massive, massive lead. I mean, you're talking as good of basketball as you could have imagined in that first quarter if you were Cedar Springs. I mean, 23-4 is a pretty good number. But if you're the Cardinals, you battled with them the rest of the three quarters, and that obviously kept them to 8 in that last frame. The offense just a little inconsistent, but overall still got to be pleased with the effort, and we'll give obviously the BRPS Player of the Game award out here in just a moment. But if you're the Cardinals, just like you said before we went to break, Blake, that's really a mouthful to say. Overall, turnover numbers have been really high for this team through the first 5 games. It kind of kept up tonight. One point, it was going to bite them in the rear end, and tonight it did.
And just getting up to that slow start, they were kind of like deers in headlights right off the bat. The Cedar came out and punched him in the mouth, and we were stunned. And they just kept going and going, and it looked like a track meet on one side, and it looks like they were running sprints and we were getting ready to run distance. They were just up and down the floor, and anytime you get outscored by 19 in a quarter, especially the first quarter, it creates a whole treasure trove of problems. It creates a whole lot of you're not built, most teams aren't built to come back from 19, especially without a shot clock. I know we keep harping on that, but not built to come back. Most teams aren't. It's really tough to do. You have to be really, really efficient, have to make a lot of jump shots. And the Cardinals had a lot of shots, hit every inch, just didn't fall. It's just one of those nights. Tuesday night, the girls are on the road. They bring a lot of energy with their crowd when they're at the games. Tuesday night home games, you don't get a ton of people. There wasn't a ton of energy, and Cedar Springs brought a lot of their own tonight, and it showed.
Absolutely. And it'll be very interesting, obviously, with Cedar Springs' first year in a new conference, right, playing in the River Cities Alliance. They're going to compete really well in that conference. I mean, they had a gauntlet in the OK Gold, playing against Catholic Central, South Christian, Wyoming. And so they obviously had a tough road. This is their first win against the Cardinals since 2018. The Cardinals had won 3 in a row coming in, so this now is an even series since 2010. 3 wins either side. And the first loss for Big Rapids at home this season and overall. But back to the drawing board, and if you had to pick a game to win, if you were only limited to 1, or even to 2, I should say, if you had to fall, you want your best game to probably be Friday night.
Absolutely.
So get it out of the way and get ready for the gauntlet and the battle in the Den coming up in the Battle of Misiola on Friday night. It'll be interesting to say the least, really, where this team is going to respond after a loss like this, because it's a good team, right? Obviously, this year's team is really good, and we knew the odds of them going, what is the number 22-0 for the regular season, and then they'd go on to win at least 6 more, so you'd have to be almost around 30-0 is near impossible. And so early season loss, oh well. Get back to your best basketball.
Against a big Class A school like Cedar. When they brought in guys off the bench, they didn't lose a whole lot, and they executed their stuff. They were very well coached, and I did a really, really nice job. Can't say enough good things about them. But again, I think them making that move into the River City Alliance where you don't have to play those teams. Because you go there and you see our flags up here to our right, and you go to their gym and you see Catholic Central and you see those Grand Rapids Christian. You're just, exactly. It sends a chill down your spine because you could have your best team in a decade and you still might lose by 25 against those teams just because of the tradition and the history and how good those teams are on a year-to-year basis. But again, you play these games to get better. You could go out and schedule small schools all you want. This is going to help with MPR. This is going to help you, opens your eyes a little bit and say, hey, we got to go to another level if we want to achieve some goals here by winning a league, winning a district, competing for a regional title like the Cardinals have done in the past.
Yeah, and with the new seeding this year, MPR is extremely important. We didn't touch on it in the pregame. Cardinals came in at 5-6-4, Cedar Springs at 5-2-4. And really, all the teams they've played have been good. They played teams like Kent City, Comstock Park, who've just gotten off to sluggish starts. So that number for them is going to really increase. And this, hard to believe, that's a 4-19 team last year.
Right.
They played really
well. They really
well.
do. But again, playing in that conference, that was an absolute gauntlet. You're going to play a lot of games where you're going to be in tight ball games. And last year, they did not win those games. Unfortunately, those ones that could go 50-50. Seems like this year they are trending upwards and finding ways to win games.
And not only play those teams, but play them twice. But with that, we'll stop harping on Cedar Springs here. Obviously, Big Rapids takes the loss tonight. But A bright spot, we'll get our Player of the Game, award-winning elementary schools, Big Rapids Virtual School, extensive educational and extracurricular opportunities at BRPS. It's the school of choice in the area. Visit brps.org for more information. With that, Blake, who is tonight's honoree Player of the Game this evening?
We're going to go with Ty Gilchek. He came out in that third quarter and made some shots. I think he had 8 points in the third quarter, 6 rebounds, and also, we mentioned in the pregame, dealing with an ankle sprain, coming back a week after it happens to help his team. It shows how tough that Ty is. So Ty's our Player of the Game with 10 points, 6 rebounds, couple of assists, couple of steals. Overall, a great effort, especially when battling injury.
Absolutely. Battling through the injury and playing that well. We would be talking about those numbers as a Player of a Game.
Yes.
Without considering the injury. That's how well he played here tonight. So, congrats to Ty, and we will see if he can continue to make it 2 in a row here on Friday night. Boy, we got a good one for you. Personally, it's hard to pick one or the other. If I had to pick which one, probably Friday's a little bit more than the one on February 7th. But, I mean, it's the battle for Misiola. That's all you have to say. It's the battle for 131. 2 towns 12 miles apart that don't like each other. I want that on a T-shirt somewhere, some way, shape, or form, because it's a great rivalry, and it's
really
a well-kept rivalry
It is.
that I'm sure you probably appreciated coaching it.
I do, yeah. Not being around it and playing in a program growing up that was not very good, you didn't really get a ton of those rivalry games. And you can have a rivalry game at a football game, but it just doesn't feel the same as packing everybody under one roof. It gets loud. And the Reed City Big Rapids rivalry is one of the best rivalries, if not the best rivalry I've ever been a part of. Like you said, there's not a lot of love lost there. Do not like each other at all. And you can feel it when you get in there. That's one of your main goals. I know that Reed City wants to beat BR, and BR wants to beat Reed City. And it's like that every year, and I hope it never changes because there have been some pretty fun and wild moments on both sides of it. As a longtime Cardinal now, and you as a Coyote growing up, I know that you can go back and see those things as well and remember those things. And there's been a lot of really, really fun battles, especially in that gym.
Absolutely. I'm going to probably stretch out my shoulders before I get both arms tugged either way, and that one's going to be super fun. My favorite game of the year. Can't wait. Catch us on Friday at 6:30 p.m. with our pregame 7 o'clock tip-off, as scheduled there in the Battle of Misiola. Before we go, big thanks go out to our sponsors, Big Rapids Public Schools, Big Rapids Virtual School, Jonathan's Automotive Repair, Michigan Primary Care Partners, Big Rapids and Canadian Lakes, Motor the Macassa Transit Authority, the Schuberg Insurance Agency, Extremely Clean Power Washing and Painting, Quality Car and Truck Repair, New Horizon Landscaping, JD Fit, Menards, Cook's Tree Service, Post 90 and American Legion Baseball, Bezos Digital, and BigRapidsDailyNews.com. The Big Rapids Media Network is in broadcast and live stream is in partnership with Big Rapids Public Schools. The Big Rapids Media Network is Big Country 100.9, Y102 WYBR, WBRN 1460 AM, 96.5 and 107.7 FM, Rewind 99.1, BigRapidsDailyNews.com, and Bezos Digital, family owned and operated for 25 years. The Big Rapids Media Network is proud to partner with Big Rapids athletic programs and will continue to do so for years to come. Final score 64-44. Cedar Springs takes down Big Rapids. Big thanks to Athletic Director Don Thompson as well as Superintendent Tim Heiss. Big thanks go out back in the studio, main man back in it once again, Joe Nagy doing some great work. We'll see him on Friday for the rivalry game. And big thanks, as always, to my partner in crime. They're going to have some fun on Friday night.
Absolutely.
People should probably tune in 6:30 p.m. and 7 o'clock. It's personal.
I'm excited for it.
Going to be great. Until then, we'll say so long. Have a great rest of your Tuesday evening. This has been an edition of Cardinal Basketball right here on News Radio WBRN.
You've been listening to Big Rapids Cardinal Basketball on WBRN 1460 AM and 96.5 FM. We now return to regular programming.